Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Lauren Price MBE. Lauren, it's good to see you. How many of these have you done? You a bit tired of talking
Oh,
now?
yeah, I am. Well, after you, I've got two more left. They sprung that one on me though. You was meant to be my last one, so yeah, but never mind. Got to be done
O-
on that.
On the home straight, and I imagine that you're happy to be out again this year. Active 2023, not so much in 2024, but looking forward to opening a bit of an early Christmas present with this fight on the 14th of December.
Yeah, it was vital, that I get out before the end of the year. Yeah, for me, it's all about being active. I had a great win in Cardiff in May, and then obviously I wanted to build on that. Um, and I think for me now, even though, I'd love to be boxing in Wales and Cardiff, I've just got to look at the fact that it's in Liverpool. And the main thing is that I'm getting out and boxing for bigger fights next year. Obviously, not looking past December 14th, getting the job done in style, and then moving on.
Before we get into the fight talk, I was just checking your social media before the interview, and I noticed that you've been doing meet and greets. What have you been? Who've been coming to the meet and greets in terms of kind of the type of people you get and type of questions you get asked at the meet and greets?
What do you mean? Like my team?
No, like with fans. Are you doing meet and greets with fans?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I've done a lot of things. Obviously, I'm an ambassador now for Sir Gareth Edwards
Okay.
charity. Welsh legend, plays for the Lions as well. Do you know him? Rugby player.
I'm not into rugby at all.
Oh, you need to look him up. Um, yeah, so I'm a charity for uh cancers from the age of 16 to 35. I'm helping with that, and then another charity called T Haven. It's a hospital for children who has cancer as well in Wales. So yeah, being ambassadors, them getting, supporting them, and other. It's maybe you've seen me at Cardiff City was it on the weekend, the week before? I done a pitch walk with my belts, but building my fan base in Wales, and yeah, done a lot of stuff. To be fair, I can't really remember.
So does that involve going to speak to the kids and that?
Yeah, like I've done a little question and answers with I suppose season ticket holders and people like that. But I've done a thing with UK sport as well for Sport Wales, inspiring being a UK funded athlete. It was 30 years since the national lottery, so yeah, I went along to a a team called Philly Dragons where they've got so many girls from all ages. Joined in with them. Obviously, he said to him, what I always say: if you have dreams, believe in them, work hard enough, and you can achieve anything.
Hmm.
Kind of that thing, really. But yeah, I've been busy. Obviously, you can see my boxing part have always been sorted in Sheffield with Rob McCracken. But outside the ring, I need a team behind me, PR, commercial, and I'm happy to have that. I've got two amazing women in Ria and Lexi who are helping me with my career outside the ring and creating these opportunities for me to grow bigger outside the ring. I suppose I've got my own clothing brand coming out, so that's a big one as well. So yeah, I suppose up on the eye, things are looking good.
Just on the point of being the ambassador to kind of the younger generation, why was that important to you? Because no aspersions to any other person in sport in general or boxing, but sometimes that can be something that others won't want to do. But in your own words, why was that important to you?
Um, I think I'm a big believer in the way I grew up. Kelly Holmes, she inspired me to become an Olympian, to go on. That was my dream, from the age of 8. So I think with the support of my grandparents as well on, loving me and showing me that they supported me financially over the years with me going to play football, kickboxing, training, cost thousands over the years, late nights out driving in the car, training every night of the week. From that support, if you've got, it doesn't have to be family, but friends or whatever, you've got that support there, and you're driven, you're ambitious, you've got dreams, then you work hard enough, you can achieve them. And that doesn't even have to be from a sport point of view. It can be from whether you want to be a doctor or anything in the world, really. Um, yeah, I'm a big believer on, you work hard, then you can do it. And that's what I done. At the age of 8, some people would have thought, oh, I'm off my head, that I wanted to play football for Wales. I wanted to be a world kickboxing champion and I wanted to go to the Olympics. Didn't know how I was going to get to the Olympics, but I wanted to go. And yeah, over the years I've achieved that and ticked every one.
So in terms of dreams, aspirations, and goals, how much of a goal has it been to maybe square off in the ring with Tasha Jonas?
Yeah, like I said, if it was down to me, we wouldn't have different opponents. We'd be fighting now in December, but that builds up for a massive fight, next year. That's a fight that I want, which I've been calling for, and I've got no, I respect Tasha. I think she's, what she's done for boxing has been fantastic, and she's a great ambassador, great role model, and I respect her as a fighter. But I think it'll be a great fight for the British fans. And she got belts. Obviously, I know she got a fight Banner on December, but I believe she comes through that as well. And then that sets up a fight for me and her. I want to become undisputed, and I want to create a legacy, and I want to just go on now. I'm in the prime of my career, and that's all I want is them big fights. That's why I turned over pro. I want to follow in the footsteps of Katie Taylor's. I want to do what she's done for Ireland. I want to do that for Wales.
That fight with Jonas, would you prefer that home or away?
Doesn't matter. Obviously, I would love for it to be in Cardiff. Um, can't really talk too much on location or when or where. There's talks, but either way, it doesn't matter. Uh, I want them big fights.
As a competitor, do you look at your opponents and look a lot of conversation surrounding Kate Taylor is about her being on the slide? Do you look at fighters in that sort of way? And how did you view Jonas in a fight with Maya earlier this year?
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to be obviously like disrespectful or nothing on them terms, but I just look at myself who I am as a person. I'm 30 years of age. I'm in my prime, and I won them fights. Jonas, obviously, she fought Maya. That was a great fight. I know, obviously, a lot of people said May should have won, and I do believe when Maya's come to the UK, she's been unlucky on a few decisions. Um, but I think for me, I don't look at it like that on the slide or anything like that. I just look at the time, and timing is, I believe in myself. I've had 7 pro fights, but I believe that I'm good enough to become undisputed of the welterweight division. And the people who are there, I believe I can beat them. Being Tasha, being Mia, the ones who got the belts, and that's it really.
Would the fight with Jonas be the one that you'd want to walk out with Tom Jones?
Yeah, I mean, especially if it was in Wales. But yes, having Tom Jones, to sing me out, that would be phenomenal. Welsh legend. Grew up with him, seen him a few times, so that would be pretty special.
And you've got a opponent in front of you before you can get to that in the form
Yeah,
of Bexy Mateus. Have you watched tape on her? What do you know about your opponent heading into the fight?
yeah, she's quite game. She's raw, typical swinger. Nothing that I haven't come up against before. But I've got to be on my A game. I've had a great camp. I've just got to do what I'm good at, I suppose, and that's what I take into every fight. People doubted me against McCaskill, or she's a brawler, she's this, she's that. So I've just got to stick to what I do well. I haven't lost a round yet as a professional, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep winning. I want to look good, and that's my main focus. Is December 14th coming through that fight, and then moving on, but putting on a show and doing a job in Liverpool.
Do you view it as stepping into the lion's den? Although you're not the opponent for Jonas on the night, you're in her area. Do you anticipate that you'll be getting a few boos walking to the ring?
Yeah, I probably will get a few boos, but it's boxing, and at the end of the day, when that bell goes, there's only 2 of you in that ring. Kind of, turn all that noise out. Yeah, yeah, doesn't make a difference to me, if I'm honest. I box all around the world as an amateur. When I boxed Kirsty Ballantyne, I boxed in Birmingham, and I got booed when I fought for the British title. So yeah, it's nothing I haven't experienced before.
Yeah, in terms of that experience, do you rely on Robert McCracken? Of course, obviously you have your own experiences in the pro game and the amateur game, but Rob's been there, seen it, and done it. And Jonas has also got someone in her corner in the form of Joe who's been there, seen it, and done it. But you can rely on Rob there to guide you if ever you needed that bit of moment on the night.
Yeah, definitely. I respect Rob a lot. He's a great guy. I put my fully trust in him, and you know, definitely, I work with him daily. And yeah, for me, I can see me doing my whole career with him. Many fighters don't say that, but he's a good guy. I trust him, and I believe with him in my corner, then I can go on and create great things.
Can I get your thoughts on a couple of other fights? First of all, speaking on the along the thread of Robert McCracken, he's got a bit of a fight to contend with Yafai against Sonny Edwards, and there's a bit of a line, I guess it is, from Sonny Edwards, who's kind of made a target of Rob McCracken. First of all, what do you think about that and the fight with Yafai and Edwards?
Um, yeah, I think Sonny talks a lot, doesn't he? And Galal, on the other hand, he doesn't talk at all. So the fight, I train alongside Galal. He's looking great, and I believe he comes through that in good fashion and in comfortable fashion, if I'm honest. With Sonny, with Rob, it's an hard one, and I don't really, want to comment on it because he'll come back at me for starters because that's what he's like. But
Fair enough.
yeah, I suppose, fair play for both of them taking the fight as well, and respect to them. I'm hoping to be there, and I think it's a great fight. But I got to stick with my boy and say, Galal will get the job done.
How do you feel off of the back of seeing the figures of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson and knowing that Taylor and Serrano 2 was really the traditional fight, was really the, I guess, boxing main event and would have got millions and millions of eyes on that fight. Do you feel that that's an overall net positive from what was the total event, which wasn't a boxing main event, I guess?
I mean, yeah, it's an hard one, isn't it? And like when you look at it, they were on Netflix. They got paid 6 million or whatever they got paid. And I'm chuffed for them, what they've done for the sport in general. Um, it's always hard around this influencer boxer kind of thing. But if they said to me, "Oh, you're fighting an influencer," and I was getting a shitload of money, then yeah, I would do it. Because I've realised in boxing, in showbiz, um, it's a business and it's about money. And it doesn't matter how many accolades you got or who you are. Sometimes it's about your following or if you're a YouTuber, and that's just the way the world is. Don't get me wrong, it's sad. It is. But I get it, and I'm chuffed for Taylor and Serrano. Don't get me wrong, it would have been good for them to fight on a, I suppose they've done Madison Square Gardens. It'd be great for Katie to, come back and fight in Croke Park. That's what she wants, and I believe, she deserves that for the career she's had. So yeah, I mean, I don't know my views on it. I didn't watch the Jake Paul and the fight, but I heard that Tyson. I suppose age it just says, don't know, you shouldn't really step back into the ring. But I suppose when you're getting paid a lot of money, it depends on how much you want that and whether you want to risk your health. I don't know.
Is there a female influencer equivalent to Jake Paul, or are you saying you'd take on Jake Paul if it ever was put to you?
No, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't follow it. Um, I don't watch it, if I'm honest. I don't know anyone out there. Obviously, I know Jake Paul, but I'm not a massive fan on it. But you know, when you're getting paid the money they get paid, I can see why they do it.
Was Mike Tyson a big inspiration or figure for you growing through your boxing journey?
Um, Odd one, I suppose. Yeah, complete legend of the game, but for me, more like Joe Calzaghe of that era, if I'm honest, and him being Welsh as well.
And just a couple of final quick things for me, going back to the actual fight there with Taylor-Serrano, were those headbutts something that Serrano could really do you sympathize with her, I guess, from the headbutts that she felt she was receiving and the effects on the fight that it had?
Yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? It's boxing, and you can get away with anything in there, if I'm honest. That's why the referee says protect yourself at all times. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, like Katie said in a press conference, she won with unanimous decision. You can't take that away from her. It was a nasty cut. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes, you got to do what you got to do to win, and
Hmm.
mm.
That's the mindset going into your fight with Bexy and Mateus, I'm sure, as well, too. Lauren, a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for speaking to Seconds Out, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of your day.
Very much. Thank you.